So I'm here with the Sales and Marketing Director for Pace, Ash Bramich. Mate, good to see you.
Likewise, Mike. Yeah, been looking forward to a Q&A session on your famous couch. So yeah, no, great to be here.
Awesome, mate. Well, look, I think we're probably in one of the best urban development areas in the country, in my opinion, here in Fitzroy at Fabbrica. I understand Pace has had the site for a while now. Do you want to talk us a bit about why Fitzroy, why now, and what the kind of vision is for the project?
Yeah, this one's taken a little bit longer, Mike. We actually acquired the site 5 years ago, and the journey's been an interesting one because probably 2 or 3 years in, we saw obviously a change in the marketplace. Putting COVID aside for the moment, we saw that the demand for owner-occupier, obviously increased significantly, predominantly from the downsizer sort of generation. And then we saw first home buyers in the investor market slow up. So as we were going through our town planning application, we then had to rejig and pull that back out and then go through a redesign process. And as such, the building now has gone from what would have been 130 to 40 in size to being about 70 to 80 in size. So owner-occupier is the way to go. And, the sizes of the apartments have increased significantly as a result.
One of the things that Pace, and obviously in all the roles that you've had in your previous lives as well, I feel like so much of it is about really meeting the market in terms of finding the right product, getting the right price point, getting the right configuration, square meterage and things like that. When it comes to the display, I think what you guys have done an amazing job of from a design standpoint is really the industrial v kind of new school, and it kind of speaks to the area, and I think you guys have done a bloody good job on that. So
yeah, thank you. Look, we look forward to launching the project soon, and the opportunity to sit here today was to bring people like yourself through and get that sort of feedback, and it's been overwhelmingly positive. We've got the advantages of working with an industrial warehouse. We've spent well in excess of $1 million in converting it to what it is today. Not only a feather in the cap of the business, but it's what buyers need to see to have confidence these days. And so it's just one step in the journey of ensuring that this is another successful project for us.
It feels like, we're just a stone's throw away from like the centre of Fitzroy.
Smith Street and Gertrude Street. And
mate,
it's all here.
How bloody good. And I guess one of the things buyers I think will be wondering is like, how big is the project? Obviously it's a large kind of footprint in Fitzroy. How many apartments are there, and kind of how does that mix of like 2-bed, 1-bed, etc. work?
Yeah, sure. So it is a big site. It's on the corner of probably what is one of the most desirable streets, being Gore Street in Fitzroy. We have 78 apartments in total, and there's a mix of 1s, 2s and 3s. And talking to what we just mentioned before, the emphasis was really catering to the owner-occupier and in particular downsizer sort of market. So we have half a dozen townhouses with street frontage, and then the remaining stock is predominantly 65% 3-bed, 2-bed, 2-bath, taking up to around 90%, and we have a handful of 1-bedders.
Nice. And I think, with yourself and Shane, both of you guys have been really vocal in the marketplace in terms of the amount of research people can do to go to a restaurant seems to be less than what people can do when they're, making one of the biggest transactions of their life. Do you want to talk a bit about what are some of the projects that Pace have delivered before to give people a bit of, comfort on the quality that they should expect here at Fabbrica?
Yeah, the business is very much pivoting. We acknowledge that we were very successful in a particular price point dealing with a certain cohort of buyers, and they were predominantly first-home buyers and investors. As we started acquiring sites in some of the best suburbs in Melbourne, we realised that we needed to probably look at the business and see how we can adapt to more of a discerning owner-occupier. And this is an example of it. And you'll remember 12 months ago, we launched the Daily in Flemington.
Yeah.
And this is just a continuation of where we're going as a business. We've gone through a rebrand. We've reassessed our values. We've created a new website. We're dealing with significantly better consultants. We're attracting incredible talent of people wanting to work in the organisation. And this is what's really taking us into being able to understand what this market needs, but more importantly, what this type of buyer wants. And that's what we're spending a lot of time, whether it's Helix personas, whether it's going into a suburb like Fitzroy and ensuring that we deliver not only on our promise of ensuring that people are delighted with what they get, but it's an authentic response to what the suburb and what the end purchaser is looking for.
Yeah, one of the things we kind of try to do all the time at Urban is really help buyers go from seeing the glossy kind of information to really diving deeper into who is the developer, who are the builders, who are these kind of key people that really drive the success of a project. Or, in the rare case, unfortunately, some cohorts of developers are kind of giving the market in general a bad name. And, that's why I really wanted to talk to you guys, because I feel like, we need more developers that are doing projects in areas that people actually want to live. live, building the product and getting the configurations right, the style right, so they're not crazy eyesores. This is just like, when I've been looking at the renders and what you guys are preparing to build, it feels very Fitzroy and it's ready to go. And I think buyers should be gravitating towards developers like Pace, in my opinion.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it's been an incredibly challenging period for the industry. We've looked at that as an opportunity for us, given that, we've been in the business in excess of 30 years. We've delivered over 100 projects, and we're leveraging that, I suppose, to our advantage by being able to instill confidence in people, knowing that if you do buy from Pace, not only will we deliver, but we'll deliver something that, should exceed your expectations. And also the other thing, Mike, is being a builder as well. I mean, there's very few developers that actually can have the advantage of knowing that in an environment where cost escalation is crippling so many other businesses, that internally we have that unique advantage of delivering on our core promises rather than looking at value management opportunities, to retain margins. And I feel that there's a significant benefit in any business that can be a developer and a builder to ensure that what gets delivered is what's been represented.
Yeah, I think, when we look at what's the history of Fitzroy from a development perspective, you've got guys like Neo Metro, Milieu, Piccolo, and I think Pace is really well suited to be entering that group of some of the best developers in Australia. And I think for buyers, as I said before, it's about doing your research, seeing what's been delivered before, making sure the developer has the capacity to deliver what they say they're going to do. Yeah. And in this case, when you've got the builder as also the developer, there's kind of just more control. Yeah. And when that kind of control can deliver that outcome, and really with the focus that you guys have on the brand stuff, I think that's kind of what we need more of.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a stronger alignment when you have a builder that is committed to executing what that vision is. You mentioned, 3 of the best developers, and, they've set a benchmark that's, very high, and we're pushing to, be at that sort of level. And in some ways we feel that we need to actually go even over and above of what they've delivered in the past to be able to compete with those sort of businesses that are well known in the inner north. And this is a project that, we hope to be able to prove that we're at that level. And I think anyone coming through the display will see that for themselves.
Awesome, man. Well, we've obviously been working together for a long time now. You're one of the best in the business, mate. And it's a real pleasure to kind of have a chat. And thanks for sharing some early insights on the project, mate.
Pleasure, mate. Great to be partnering with you on this one, and look forward to more opportunities in the future.
Cheers, mate.
Good on you.